Greetings, all adventurers. It's me, it's your boy Rare, and welcome back to another guide video for the new class agents. Hope you guys are all enjoying the class. And this guide video will be something tailored mostly towards new players, but also towards let's say some veterans, like some people who might not know this. Some of the info I might be pulling out here might be helpful for some of you, but it's mostly towards tailored people who are obviously new. So if you're new to the game, welcome. I hope you're enjoying agents, and let's get straight into it. So let's go over there now. Zoop. So first things first, agents, obviously range assassin. He's somewhat of like he's like Deadeye's. Pluribus used to make classes back in the day, and they would like release a male and female class, and they kind of stopped doing that. We had that with even Witch and Wizard as a launch class, but then Musa, Mewa, Ninja, Kuno, etc. Striker, Mystic, and then they kind of focused on. But no, it's kind of nice that people can play both genders. Very similar classes, but also very different. So if you like Deadeye or you don't like Deadeye, Agent is somewhere like her in a sort of playstyle, a bit more assassin-y, I would say. But basically, this guide is going to be tailored towards new people who are playing the game, and also, let's say, someone who is like maybe trying to pick up PvP. I will try to add some things into that, but this is mostly gated towards new people, new adventurers who are learning to either use this guide for other classes as well, for example, or some things like trying to improve their own gameplay in PvP and try to get an understanding of how Black Desert kind of works. Okay, keep in mind, I'm not going to be going too in depth into the PvP or even PvE. I will be talking about my add-ons and all that stuff as well. But skip to the timestamp. There will be a timestamp below, and just drag it wherever you want. So just for the intro, another thing. If you have any comments or advice that can help out the community, feel free to do so below. Obviously, we're all trying to help each other, trying to grow, welcome new people to the game. And if this guide helped you out, or you think it might help a new player, feel free to share it with them. It'll support me a lot, and it will also, get this video growing, essentially, which I hope would be useful. So first things first, skills and add-ons. I can show you mine. I can show you first what I lock. I really just have kick. I've seen people lock other things. One thing for certain you want to lock is evasion. Just lock that. And these are the add-ons. These are the Rabams, I guess, or enhanced skills, I guess, the fusion skills. And these are my add-ons. Now I'll talk a little bit about this just briefly, but then we'll get into like the meat of the video, I guess you should say. So first things first, add-ons are very subjective. You can change them however you want. I have reasons for why I put these certain add-ons here. For example, like Bulletstorm has a lot of hits. No, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been playing video for a long time. My understanding might be a bit different than others, and maybe I'm wrong here, and I'm okay to admit it. But this class is very squishy. I would say very squishy. It's new. There'll be some tweaking for sure in the next few weeks, since he's been out for 2 weeks now. So first things first, something like Bulletstorm, if you're wondering like why I have health on hit, it's because the hits on this class, there's many hits basically. So many hits means a lot of healing, means, and something like Death Ring, excuse me, for example, has a all the damage reduction. So if you're wondering why that is, it's because this ability has built-in damage reduction. As you can see, if you look at the little text in the little tooltip there, it says all damage reduction minus 5 for 10 seconds. Sorry. So first things first, I'm going to let you guys, screenshot this. If this is all you need from the video, feel free to just take that. But I'm going to get into kind of the meat of the video to explain, and then to go over why I use certain skills in a certain way, and to help you track certain abilities better. So the first things first is, and I'm not going to shame any content creators here. I'm just going to point this out, that some content creators, they seem to like gloss over this, or it could be something like they might not mention this, but as a new player, you're probably looking at this UI and thinking this is like not the same UI that I use, or maybe it is, you know. But you're probably wondering like, what is this big bar here? These are obviously my abilities. You know, if I press C or RB or Q, they'll be used in that order, right? And track my mobility. My mobility skills are down here. And I wanted to get into helping you guys set this up. So this is going to be the beginning of the guide. Feel free to skip this if you already know how to do this. So first things first, go into settings, skill settings here. I'm going to hide the demo just to show you guys. And then you're going to go into skill cooldown slot. Okay. So it looks like this, for example, hex rounds, let's say, or like, let's say blink, like you can click on a skill, by the way. You obviously at the point where you're watching a video, you probably know all this stuff already, but you can look at a skill to see what would happen, like what does it look like, what the inputs are, etc. Like this is your buff, right? For example. I would highly recommend, firstly, putting this on your 1. It's where I put it on every class. And this is something that I highly recommend you do for every single class you play. Every class has a sort of like a class buff. We call it E buff, but you know, lately it's been just like you have to use it on hotbar, which is actually pretty normal even for classes with like Shift E or just E skills as their buff, class buff. So first things first. Now you're wondering, well, how do I make my UI look like this? This is a part of the UI that so you go into here and you can actually set them to how you want. So for me, this is C, you know, whatever it is on console. I'm not sure how it works for you guys, but for PC, this is the C inputs, this is RMB, etc. I have this because I want to track which abilities I need to keep up, which abilities maybe have a mobility. You know, if I have like, I'm tracking my class buff here, but for example, class buff would be down here, but you can also put it up here if you want, or you can even go into UI. Now you're wondering, well, the UI, my UI doesn't look like this. You want to go into edit UI. I think I have a preset here. I'm not sure. I may be ruining my UI right now, but should look something like this. Then you go to edit UI, and you want to like look at this. So this is like pretty much a base UI. I haven't really touched UI 2, so I just reset it. And what you can do is you would toggle these on, just to gloss over this really quickly, toggle these on like this. And what I did is I just dragged them up. So I put, I put 3 next to 2, 4 next to 3, and then I open these up. Now you can hide and toggle these whenever you want, which is really useful. And you can put them wherever you want. You know, you can make them into hearts or a big square, or you can have them on your screen like in a V, or however you want to do it, whatever makes sense for you. And there's no right or wrong way, but this is what it would look like for me. So just to give you an example, this is what it would look like now if I were to, you know, drag it around randomly, let's say all over the place. It would look something like this. Wherever it makes sense for you, use it how you wish. I'm going to go back to my preset one. This is how I like it. I like seeing the spells, so I know. And I like it in 4s because I can see which spell goes where. You kind of like count in 4s. I don't know, like you kind of like 1-800, da-da-da-da-da, you know, like you usually think in numbers, and it just helps me. I would highly suggest it if you do that, but you're here for my suggestions, right? This is my guide, so hopefully it helps you guys. Now, first thing I want to also teach you is... it's not the first thing, technically there's like the 15th thing already, but I want to teach you guys how to set these up. So for example, and I'll just use this as an example, but let's say my ebuff is called Prime Gannicus's Gambits, right? I'll just search Gambits, maybe that should come up. See, it has no sets, and I can set it to, let's say, I'll set it to the text, essentially, to be hot bar 1, but I'll just put 1, for example, so I know it's 1. And then I will set it to, so there's 4, 8, 12, 13. So I'll set it to 14, let's see. Boom. So I know 1 is there. You can have 1 wherever you'd like. And this combo that I'm going to show you, this is what I have found to be useful and to track, but I'll get into that in the combo section. So firstly, this is how you would add it to the game, like to your UI, after I've showed you with all the other settings. Second thing you want to do is you want to make sure you find all the skills that you need. Now you can just copy mine if you'd like, just mouse over them, it'll tell you, but you can also just copy them to keep you like tracked, so you know you're not messing up. And I'll get into a PvP part why this will help you in PvP and also obviously in PvE. One thing to note, that if you see some of these skills, let's say you were in you were here, and let's say I have Shift RMB as a thing. Now, what would happen to you is you'd probably put Shift RMB, and it would look something like this. If you're looking here on my screen, you would see it's one text, and you're thinking, well, that's not too bad, right? But what you could do, what would happen is if you have it like Shift RMB, it might end up looking very jumbled. It might make sense to you, but you might have a bunch of shifts in, like in a row, and then these texts will kind of like cut into each other. One thing, and this is something that I actually didn't know, and I just recently learned about 2 years ago, pretty recent for me, is you can do a /, so like not the backslash, but the / and I'm not sure what that word is called, and then you can type RMB. If you want it to look like this, you can add in some spaces. For example, if you do like Shift and RMB like this, it'll look more like in the middle. If you want it to be more to the side, just to like make it look cleaner, you can like add in a few spaces. RMB, it might be like more over here, in case like the spell next to it is a bit too big. Like if Q was like Shift RMB, they'd be like, whatever. But you get the idea, okay? I'm pretty sure you guys are. I'm confident in you guys that you'll be able to nail this really easily, and hopefully this guide explains it really well. Second thing, let me just change this back, is that N thing is to slant it down. So I'm gonna switch my Shift LMB. I typed RMB twice, but LMB, you do the //N, do like a few spaces, boom. So it's clean, it's right underneath, and now you're set. You're set to track each ability when you want, when you need, whatever. But let's say, for example, you wanted to pick up PvP, and you knew that I'm not PvPers, please correct me when whatever rotation it is. But let's say you wanted to learn to super armor trade. Okay, this is actually something that's very important. And you could start by doing it like this. You can go to main skills, you can click super armor, you can see all the super armors. But let's say we just use the one that we have here for now, just as my example. You can mouse over each skill, and you can see, well, this one has no super armor traits, it's pretty unsafe. This one has knockback. So, for example, let's see, this one has knockback. So my Q, I can put knockback, right? Knockback. And it would say if it's PVE or not. It will say in the little details, so if you can use it on mobs or not. And then you can leave it like that. Now you see it's really jumbled. What I could do is I could do knock / and back, and it would look like this. Yeah, or you can put KB, whatever makes sense for you. Once it's readable and you can understand it, it's yeah. So it's my Q ability. I'm just gonna leave it as Q. But for example, if you wanted to do something, let's say where is this? Where is one of his super armors? So WE. Okay. I feel like maybe there's not a good one. Let's try. I'm pretty sure Shift F is super armor. Yep. So let's say Shift F, and I have it like really weird. It's like Shift space F is to keep it there. But let's say I wanted to have it be super armor. So SA, I can put it as this. For example, if I know it's super armor, but for you, if you want to put super armor or super / actually, I'll leave it in so you can see how jumbled it looks, but armor, okay, and then it's like you get the idea, right? So super / and armor, boom, there you go. And it's kind of off. Maybe I can. Oh, this is actually a good one. So I'll teach you guys this as well. You can do a few space bars in the front. So let's say I do 1, 2, 3, super / / n maybe like 1 space, armor, and boom. It's a bit too much, but you get the idea, right? Oh, let's do like fix it real quick. I think it needs to be normal, not capital N. It needs to be a normal N if you're wondering why it's not working as well. It's Shift F, yeah. Okay, Shift F. Just double checking, make it look good. And now we'll get into basically the rest of the rotation and guide. Now, I highly recommend. This is my opinion, obviously. Do it with it how you will. For me, I like tracking my mobility spells to know when I have an iframe up. It's super important. It's super important to know if you have a knockdown, obviously, or super armor or frontal guard. Frontal guard especially, we can look at a few skills that might have a frontal guard. So use this again. Forward guard, frontal guard, whatever you call it. Shift EQ, looks like this. I don't have it on my bars currently. Like, I don't track it. I'll explain that a little bit, but it's not part of my rotation currently. I do use it, but it's a long story. So knowing how to frontal guard is really good, because frontal guarding, like an ability, like a boss or a PvPer, blocks their, it blocks your abilities. So it's like a guard. It's like you're blocking, like you're holding up your block. If you press S as well on agents, I want to call him Gannicus. On Gannicus, it would also block. So if you're holding S, even if you're like going back like this, or you pull your camera, you're always frontal guarding. Okay. So let's see here. We've talked about this. We've talked about, and I got a special thing for you guys at the end of the video. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Let's get into the rotation. So C, the rotation starts off with using C. You just want to keep this off cooldown basically all the time. I have Q as my, it's a camera flip ability. Some people don't like that, but it's there for a reason. It's actually get back attacks, which is, I feel like Gannicus would be great at like higher end spots, but who knows? He probably would get buffed. He probably might not. I can't say, but choose a class that you feel comfortable with. And if you're obviously here, you're looking at agents, you're thinking it might be for you, right? So going to the rotation real quick. So we have C, R&B. Now, the reason why I have Q on this rotation, and it is a mobility spell, and I will explain it, is because I actually want to make sure I'm looking at this, because I want to see this. This part here is the meat for me. This is the meat of the rotation, right? You want to get behind with the Qs, and then you want to do some like back attack abilities. You can actually check which abilities do a lot of back attack. So my rotation might not be the best, but I can sit down and, say like, okay, oh, wait, where is it? Wait, down smash, edge attack, down attack. So if someone's like knocked down, etc. And then you have like add-ons, that would give you back attack properties. So I have mine here, which is Shift LMB. So for me, after the Q, I'll do Shift RMB, Shift LMB. Okay? Doing the 100% now, but you get the point, right? I probably should lock that. So it's pretty good so far, right? So reposition, get behind them, get that Shift RMB right away. Shift LMB kind of flows into it really good because he's like doing another animation that kind of cancels. There's a lot of cancels. I don't know them all, I'll be honest. I'm not the best Gannicus player. I just got into 62 and I do find him very enjoyable. Seraph main though. But yeah, anyways, what I would suggest after this, obviously, from looking at my guide and Shift LMB, Shift RMB, Shift LMB, is this E here. You got to see this as a second part of the rotation. Sorry, not Shift E, WE. The interesting thing with WE is I would say it's actually better than Q. Like Q is obviously a reposition, but WE is a reposition. Now WE is going to, obviously, as you probably played the class, it's going to take you behind the targets that you're actually using your reticle. The reticle, the little red thing in the middle of your screen, little target thing, whatever you want to call it. That thing is going to go wherever your reticle is. It's going to give you like a mirrored reticle like on it, like this. And that's the targets you're going to eat to. So if I have it on this, it's going to eat to this one. If I have it over here, or if I have it here, it's going to, boom. Yeah, cool. Now, after using W, so WE, there's E. E pushes you back in. So I'll wait for it to go on cooldown. let's say I want to get in close and personal. My combo would be to do the bullet storm combo, as I call it. So there's the melee combo and then there's the range combo. The range combo would be something like, so like this, or melee combo, sorry, would be something like this. Shift E, right? Shift C, and back F, right? You can do back F first because it is the damage reduction one. So you'll see something like, let's just do it again, like forward E, sorry, yeah, forward E, E, the debuff with back F, into Shift F, into Shift C. Okay, and you'll see it here, Shift F, Shift C, etc. If I wanted to stay at range, like let's say there's a boss or maybe a PvP target you're killing, and you WE onto them, you don't want to do the forward, like the forward movement with E. You just kind of want to, I'll just do it again just to show you. You can do it like this, right? Then you can go straight into, and you can follow with this combo here, which would be going back E throughout the other grenades. So you're throwing grenades when you're teleporting, you're throwing more grenades, and then you're going for like a, like this. So these two here with the back F, these are like the melee parts. These ones are the range, okay? Ignoring the buff here. And I can perform the whole combo for you, but there's no like infinite, like there is some infinite combos, but it's more like what you need tailored, you know? You kind of want to keep back F on cooldown. But something with my combos and how I play class is I usually try to make the class very easy to grind with. Like I'll try to like find the easiest, most finger comfortable feeling for a class. And usually that means it's not the best rotation or the best combo, but that could mean something like it's going to be, let's say you have, what's a good example? Like I'm using forward E into back E. So I'm like holding E the whole time, and I'll show you guys with my UI, obviously. But let's see, keyboard inputs, so you can see it yourselves. I hope it helps a little bit. So like forward E, E, and then I could do like the debuff, back E, right? If I wanted to do the melee combo, you'll notice something as well. I'm holding F into Shift F, etc. Okay, so it could be like, I don't know, it could be like this, E, F, back F. So I already did it, yeah. And I'm holding F at this point, Shift F, right? And then after Shift F, I'm pressing Shift C. So I'm always doing Shift F, Shift C, yeah. F, Shift F, and then Shift C. That's cool. Yeah. And it looks really cool. Like it looks really cool. And same thing with my initial part of my combo. Like I'm getting these out because they're like my add-ons. But when I get behind, I'm trying to press Shift RB straight away into Shift LMB. Yeah. That's how I kind of think. And it's the same parts for the ending combos. So SLMB, like this, looks something like this, goes back into R, you can see, and you can't use Q, like you're looking at the combo, it kind of ends with the back stuff, like back LMB, back RMB, etc. You kind of like are thinking, well, you should go back into C, RMB. So like, let's say we're ending the combo, like here, we're going to do back LMB, back RMB, C, RMB, right? You can't Q, like the combo doesn't allow you to flow like that. And the Q, like, yes, the Q is nice, but the Q is not a long distance. So you see like this, like it's turning me around, but it's not actually getting me there. What I would do is after the LMB, RMB, right? And you need to get back in because you're kiting, you're in kiting mode. You do forward E, E again. Back F, you can do shift, get in close. Back E, get back out, back LMB, back RMB. Does it make sense? Like, is it like I'm like pressing back, like back F into back E, like I'm debuffing, grenading, back LMBing, back RMBing, yeah? And then when I hold RMB, it's already using my RMB add-on, right? And boom. And again, the melee combo, E, back F, Shift C. Yeah, pretty cool. I've obviously looked at other people's takes on like what they would use in their combo in the agent Discord, etc. So I have looked at other people's guides, and people do the rotations very differently. This is what I would do and what I would suggest. It makes my hand more comfortable. I played him, actually grinded to like 60 myself, then I tagged him after finishing the season. I highly recommend leveling him up at least to get to 61. It gives you a lot of good rewards, and he just looks really cool. Like, he's just a really cool class. I would say PA has done a really good job over the years, making classes feel kind of unique, and overall, like you know, there's some animations that are looking similar and stuff, but like come on, like, who doesn't like Bulletstorm? Like you can argue like, yeah, okay, Deadeye, yeah, Bulletstorm is the same as Deadeye, but it is a cool ability. It's the Blade Storm for gunners, right? The Bulletstorm. But yeah. Anyways, I hope this my advice helped, you know, and I hope it can help some new players out there. Again, if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you'd like to check me out and like to support me, I'm streaming probably right now on Twitch, playing video, or some other games maybe. And yeah, you can go check me there. You can ask so many questions in the, you know, you can ask me questions there if you want, or you can ask me questions in the comment section of this video. I'll try to keep up with the comments if they get too crazy. But yeah, and don't forget to just like and subscribe. Thank you. And enjoy your grind. Hope this helped. Bye-bye.